Fireworks, they're a classic 4th of July celebration, but while they're so fun to watch, they can be very dangerous to handle. In 2019, 140 New Yorkers needed care for fireworks-related injuries. Children under 15 accounted for 19% of those injuries. Right now, we want to catch up with Dr. Jessica Summers. She's with the Clark Burn Center team about safety. Dr. Summers, thanks so much for joining us before our holiday weekend.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk about injuries. What kind of injuries do you typically see from fireworks this time of year? And is there an increase, particularly during the holiday weekend?
Yeah, especially during this weekend. Everybody is out playing, with fireworks. I mean, that's how we celebrate this holiday. But it does start before and it does continue afterwards. Most injuries can range from minor little injuries, minor burns, to severe burn injuries, severe kind of disfiguring injuries. Fireworks can, injure eyes, damage faces, hands can be lost, by holding fireworks that happen to explode.
And Dr. Summer, we know that people are going to be lighting fireworks. There's really no getting around that. So what is your best advice to stay safe this weekend?
Yeah, so there are several things to do if you do decide to partake in your own fireworks show. First of all, always observe, state and local laws. Use legal and unmodified fireworks. I can't stress that enough. You always want a bucket of water or a hose nearby. Never relight a firework. Just put that dud in the bucket of water and don't try it again. You really want to keep children and observers a safe distance away, preferably behind a barrier, especially kids. Like you said, a significant percentage of people that are injured are young. You always want to have a designated sober adult to light the fireworks and take care of them. Alcohol, drugs, and fireworks do not mix, and that can increase the risk of injury significantly. You want to light one at a time and then quickly kind of move away and then relight another one after that's gone off.
And I want to ask you about sparklers because they're legal. And I have seen parents give their little kids sparklers to run around the yard and play with. What would you like parents to know about how hot those sparklers can get?
Yeah, no, sparklers can burn an excess of 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. That's hotter than a blowtorch. And so what I would want parents to remember is really that fact, because I don't think a lot of us would give our children a blowtorch to run around and play with. The other thing with sparklers is that they can also catch clothes on fire. So it's not just like a touch cutaneous kind of burn. You can set clothes on fire and that leads to a much larger, more serious burn.
Right, and these are legal, but they're still very dangerous. And when do you know when it's time to head to an emergency room? And what can you treat at home?
Yeah, so first of all, if you do get burned, you want to cool the area with cool water, not too cold, not ice, because it will actually worsen the burn. And then remove all wet clothing, jewelry from the area. You want to make sure, then cover it with a clean sheet or towel. And if it's really, beyond the size of your palm, I would say that's the time to, seek medical attention. Anything kind of bigger, more severe that's covering an area like, a significant part of an extremity or face, chest, that would be the time, to call 911 and head to the emergency department.
I got one more question for you because I know those bonfires and fire pits are so popular now.
Yes.
What would you like to pass along to families before they start lighting that kind of a fire?
So the number one thing I think, well, there's a few number one things, but always check your fire before you light it. Sometimes things get thrown in to the fire pit that you may not know about, that like a aerosol can or something like that that can then cause an explosion. Never, ever, ever use gasoline on your fire. The vapors just make for a bad combination. And the other thing too is make sure that you're sitting far enough away. And then when you get up to walk, have your children, other people at your party walk around the outside of kind of where people are sitting. You should never be walking in between people and the fire pit.
All right. Dr. Jessica Summers of Upstate's Clark Burn Center, thank you so much. Great advice tonight. Let's hope everybody listens and pays attention and keeps it safe this weekend.
Thank you very much.
Have a wonderful weekend.
You too.